Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we aren't just spilling the tea, we're spilling the feed. I'm your host and Crowder FFA Vice President, Abby Brooks, the Sentinel, and my co-host, Connor Morgan. And we are very excited to have these guests with us. You may know them already, but we'll have them introduce themselves.
Ooh, you want to go first, Grandma? You want me to go?
You go.
All right. Well, I'm Gatlin Didier. I am a fifth-generation rancher, producer. They say lots of different things when people intro, but I like to say we're content creators. Influencing is very weird to say because I can't even influence my dog to come here. So I just say we create content on social media, and I get to do it with a pretty cool lady sitting right beside me.
My name is Kay Didier, and I'm Granny Bibbins.
The Granny
Bibbins.
So y'all do social media, so we're curious. What's your favorite TikTok trend and, of course, favorite cut of beef?
Ooh, I'll let you go first on that one. Your favorite trend and favorite cut of beef?
I'm not sure about trends, but hamburger's my favorite.
You like the ground beef?
Ground
you can
beef.
do whatever you want with that? And then I know your trend. Remember your trend? You did the extra.
Oh, yeah.
Am I basic?
Yeah.
Or are you extra?
Yeah. That was a good one.
That was your trend?
Yeah.
My favorite trend, I'll go with a recent one because we kind of retired from the whole dancing thing. And then Forrest Frank's gotten really popular lately. And we love listening to just good music, but then good Christian music too. And he had the dance that went viral. So we did it in our pasture, and it was a lot of fun. First time we've danced in a long time. So we did that one. It did really well. And then we did it again where Granny tried to do it in front of our hay bale, our patriotic hay bales, and it did very well too. So that was my favorite trend we've done in a long time. Was your way's better. Yeah, that trend.
I don't think I have a favorite TikTok trend at the moment. I kind of do every trend, kind of.
Ooh.
Like, music-wise, but I have never really, did, the dances and all that. So I think that's cool.
I've never done a trend before.
It's a tricky thing. We talk about, it's weird to we don't want to do them, trust me. It's but then if every once in a while, how do we make it fun? How we can bring it back to the farm? That always something that how's it something we can do,
Yeah.
How can Granny shock me again, let's do it with this. So we've talked about it before, but we're sometimes the best gateway to get people into agriculture, get them into your world, you do this trend that they're used to seeing, just hook them with a little different flavor. We call it a little farm flavor, huh, Granny?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite cut of beef?
Oh, wow. All right. Well, I answered this wrong earlier, but to me, it is the most lucrative cut of beef. It's not the filet, not the loin, but I like the ribeye. A good 16-ounce, 28-day dry-aged, prime finished ribeye. Can't beat that.
It's one of my favorite things to get at a steakhouse or something.
Ribeye, right?
Oh yeah, boneless ribeye.
Ooh, yeah, I like boneless. I mean, honestly, you're not getting as much bang for your buck when you go bone in.
Mm-hmm.
Flavor might be a little bit better, but it isn't. I like to stretch my dollars as much as I can too.
Yeah. So, we're gonna start this off with some rapid fire questions. Okay?
You ready?
So, what is one chore on the ranch that you enjoy and one that you would never like to do?
One chore
Sure. Oh,
that you like and don't like.
sure. Oh. Well, cutting cedar trees on the farm, I do not like to cut cedar trees, and we have cedar trees growing everywhere.
I like the smell of cedar trees though.
Well, I like the smell, but I don't like to look at them when they grow up in the fences and things.
And then what's your favorite chore?
What's my favorite chore? I thought it was, okay. Probably just, I don't do much chores anymore.
Oh, she's choring every day. Every day when we show up, Grandma's doing some chore. Every day. And at 9 o'clock in the morning, she's out there. What's your favorite? Come on. Tell them.
Well, probably counting the cows.
That's an easy chore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a chore.
Seems like an easy chore.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes it can get hard though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Well,
can
I mean,
get
yeah,
hard.
when you get past 20 something, it just starts mushing, right? Especially if they're all the same color, they all look alike, right? Oh, my favorite chore, I hate cleaning out I've always hated cleaning out the cow pot. That's what we call the trailer that we haul with. That was always the punishment chore. Grandma's punishment chore was picking musk thistles. I don't know if you guys know what those are, but Russian musk thistle is a weed that gets about, I'd say about 2.5 feet tall. It can, and it's thorns all across it and has a white flower on the top. So it looks pretty when you're driving by a field, but it's a weed. And so grandma's always, since I was a kid, it's like, go pick musk thistle. I'm like, ah. So that was my 2 least favorite chores. That's 2. My favorite chore, honestly, the most like refreshing thing is like going to go out and feeding. I don't know, something about that. You're taking care of your animals, mixing up the feed. Feeding cattle is one of my favorite chores.
All right. So the next question is, what's your favorite piece of ranch gear that you cannot go without?
You go.
Ooh.
Favorite piece.
Man, that's tough. Because wardrobe, I like my Wranglers. Every good farmer rancher, if you don't have a plier holster with you, so we have them for our little, we call them like little CTs. I get told those aren't fencing pliers. Like, we get that a lot. But honestly, I'd say my boots. I love wearing Durango. The ones I got now are Maverick Rebel ones. My grandpa always wore Durango, and he honestly didn't have a brand preference. It's just what he bought, and so I'm kind of brand loyal to what he wore, and now I wear it. So I'd say my Durango work boots are my favorite, or my Daryl, the farm hat.
Well, I don't know if I have any favorite gear to wear. I don't know.
Well, what's your favorite accessory?
Well, I try to wear a long sleeve shirt in the summertime, but it's really hard. I don't like to wear a long sleeve shirt.
So what's your favorite? You're leaving these people hanging. They don't know what you like.
My favorite?
Yeah.
I guess just tennis shoes. That's about all I wear. Tennis shoes.
Yeah, Granny's never owned a pair of work boots
No.
until some brand sent us one to like wear. She's like, "These are the first boots I ever owned." I was like, "What? You grew up farming and ranching your whole life and never owned a pair of boots?"
I had 3 people that had to have boots. I couldn't afford me. So.
Granny's getting the scraps.
Hey, at least tennis shoes are comfortable, though.
Yeah.
It's true. What are you in today? Some dudes? You got some dudes on?
Yeah.
They comfy? Yeah.
All right. So last question is, what's your dream acting role?
But you got to go first.
I don't have a dream acting role because at my age, who cares? I don't care. I don't.
Are you doing it right now as Granny?
Yeah.
That's your dream acting role?
Yeah. Just getting to meet people and going around. Yeah, going places, see people. That's my...
She likes the perks.
Yeah.
She doesn't like the work, but she likes the perks. Oh, I'd say probably mine. I got the audition for the Elvis role when it came out, when the movie came out, and I went pretty far in the production of that, like where they go to producers to do that. So I loved Elvis growing up, so that would have been my dream role. But I ended up being Daryl Bivens instead, so I'm not mad with how that turned out. And I got to come back to the farm, so that would have been my dream role though, just for have a little nostalgia in there and good music.
I feel like that would have been really cool to do that.
That would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Being Elvis, that would be...
I've watched that movie so many times by now.
The new one, right? The Baz Luhrmann one? Baz Luhrmann. Yeah, the Austin Butler killed it, did a great job in that movie. But I love like music and all that, the pacing and the way that movie flowed. Interesting. That'd have been cool to be working with Tom Hanks too, but was it again not in the car, not in the car, the stack for me.
I love that movie. That's a really good movie.
That's a good one, though. It was cool. The script,
Yeah.
when I got that, came in, and it said, Untitled Baz Luhrmann Elvis Project from Warner Brothers. I was like, they want me to read for this? Like, cool.
I'm glad you guys didn't put the rapid in rapid fire because that was pretty cool.
I thought that was really cool.
The rapid and rapid fire. We left it out.
It was just fire questions.
Just fire. All the cool stuff. So we're going to talk about your time in FFA. What chapter were you a member of?
I was part of the Thomas Fay Custer. That's what it's known as in the state. We just call it Thomas, where we're from. The Thomas Fay Custer FFA chapter. Very busy chapter. We do a little bit of everything, and always been like a 3-star nationally recognized chapter a lot of years when you can be. So it's very competitive. I had a very competitive class that we pushed each other, and I was very similar to like Mr. Meacham over here is I just like to show pigs and work in the shop. So when they said, "Oh, go do a speech," I was like, "Nah, go do this." The land judge, "Nah, go to judge livestock." So I just kind of hung out and just showed, and then they'd try to be I didn't even become an officer ever in our chapter because I was playing sports and do all other stuff too, and I was like, I didn't want to commit. I didn't want to commit, and I now later on like appreciate what I've learned through all my years and experience. I wish I would have honed in a little bit more, but that was my chapter, and it was an awesome experience. And Granny, they didn't even have FFA at FA when you were in school, did they?
No.
Did they have FHA back then?
Oh, yeah.
Future
Homemakers.
Homemakers Association?
Yeah, that's what we took.
North America, right? Yeah. She was in FHA, is what Grandma was in.
Yeah.
How many years were you involved in FFA?
When you can start, which Oklahoma is 8th grade, right? Still, or did they change that?
They're about to change it to 7th grade. now.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So it was 8th grade for me, and I was involved in it until I graduated, and then I went on and got my American degree afterwards. So still, you're involved in it a couple of years afterwards, keeping your SAE book and everything. Yeah. So with how many years is that? 5 plus 2, so 7 years total, and then still doing stuff with the FFA after all these years.
I think we've been here for like 3 years, haven't we? Like since freshman year.
You
Yeah, because
have?
we
Well,
don't do an 8th grade here at Crowder.
Yeah. I mean, there's 4-H, but that's it. Like 7th and 8th grade, I think.
Yeah, I don't even think there was a 4-H in my old school. Yeah.
Yeah, because 4-H is schools don't. Is it the schools that have the associations for 4-H, or is
There's
it?
a 4-H leader that ours is through our school. So
Okay.
I'm guessing that's how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's totally different here in Oklahoma than it is California for me. So
Yeah.
it's a whole lot different.
Every state has it's interesting, right?
Yeah.
How they do it. Like we've talked to some kids like Louisiana, like, oh yeah, I started in 6th or 7th grade. I was like,
Wow.
you can start that early.
I
And
wouldn't want to teach.
I wish I could have started that early. It's
Yeah.
been a lot of fun.
It'd be fun because you feel like you run out of years. That's all I'll say. Like
Yeah.
you guys are still in it. You feel like you kind of run out of the years and didn't get to do enough things. I know you guys were mentioning you're in various different competitions, things like that. But if you can kind of get into a little bit of everything and even stuff that you feel like you wouldn't like, just to test the waters, I'd highly recommend that to anybody because you never know. You might actually love it. I don't know. Just like Grandma never thought she'd be an actress, and look at her.
So does Thomas Fay Custer incorporate 3 different schools?
Yeah, so it used to be Thomas' own Fay was where our family homestead's been forever, and then Custer City was the name of the school.
Okay. So what size of chapter was it if it was 3 different schools?
We had close to 100 members every year. But our school's only about 150 to 160 kids every year, so very similar school size to you guys. Yeah, but it's like I guess it's one of the largest school districts in Oklahoma. How it makes up so many land-wise. But yeah, it's those 3 schools. So I think was that about 100 members we'd had close to every year. Yeah, so it's quite a bit. Yeah, and so it was a very involved chapter.
So 100 members from a school of how many?
About 150, I think, sir.
Oh, okay. So, like you said earlier, a 75%.
Yeah, it's like 60. There was one year they had a 70, close to 75%, and I think maybe my 8th grade year. And I remember that chapter, it was big. We had like probably 120 members then. And then as the years goes on, I think my senior year we had like 90 something, but it kind of varies. But it's pretty good sized chapter we had. Very involved chapter.
So when you were in FFA, how involved were you?
Like I mentioned earlier, it's funny because like all my friends were like all the people very involved. When I went to even junior college, I was like friends with all the livestock judges at Redlands Community College in El Reno. But I just showed pigs, and then I all the ag classes. I did a few speech competitions. I actually just did like 8th grade that year, and then I mentioned at convention, I stopped after that. And then I tried livestock judging. I tried land judging, one competition, all that stuff. And I just like, I don't know why my brain was like, I'm not gonna do this in the future. And so like I just couldn't see it. So I wasn't super involved. And again, I kind of regret that now as you get older. But I did learn so much when we do class and like learning the educational aspects stuff, like what you guys do in class and the learning stuff. I loved all that because it was part of my family's heritage and part of what we did. But the other part is when you grow up in it, I guess sometimes you're kind of like off-putting to it, And from the educational aspect, like, I already know this stuff. Like, what do I need to go to class for that? Or why do I need to go, like, livestock judge? I guess that's why I was kind of like, I'm going to go play sports because we don't do that like while we're out working cattle. You know, my brain was all, or like, I'll go be in a play in school because I can't do that if I'm building fence, you know? So my brain, so my involvement was, as I mentioned at the convention, my ag teachers would have liked to get more out of me. And I was so knuckleheaded after the 8th grade. I was like, nope, not doing it anymore. What about you? FHA, are you very involved in that?
Yeah, I had to learn to sew.
Your grandma
Is FHA like a
cook.
class? It's just
It
class
was like an
time, or is it
organization.
extracurricular stuff where you go out and do things?
What did you do in FHA?
Well, we just learned to sew and cook and things like that. No, we didn't go any extra.
Like a home ec type thing.
Yeah, like a home ec
Yeah,
class where
home
during
ec.
the school
Yeah,
time it's okay.
It was, they changed the name later.
Oh, I think they almost basically consolidated with the FFA, right?
Yeah.
Or no, FCCLA or something like that. That's what it changed to.
I've
yeah.
heard of
FCCLA. I think that's what it is now. Yeah. I don't know. I remember it because it's funny. Like, I see old yearbooks and stuff, and then like the FFA would have one, because I don't think girls used to be in FFA.
Right.
They had FHA, and there would always be one girl that'd be part of the FFA chapter. They call it like the sweet, and then the guy would
sweetheart.
be the sweetheart, and then they had a guy that
That's
would be
right.
the one of the FHA.
I forgot
So
about that.
history lesson, I guess. I
Yeah.
remember learning that from the yearbooks at her house. Like, what is going
Yep,
on
the
here?
sweethearts used to get like a white jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Carrie was a sweetheart.
Yeah, my daughter-in-law.
Yep.
So my grandma was talking to me about whenever she came to Crowder and she went to home ec. I don't remember much about it because she told me a while back, but she was just like, yeah, most of school was basically the home ec class. It was a big home ec class too. We had sinks everywhere, ovens, all that stuff. And I was like, it's changed a lot then.
Yeah,
You guys had full-on kitchens in the school and everything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That you guys got to use.
yeah, we did.
Yeah, like I don't think they
Nobody
have
does
that
that.
now. No.
Haleyville, they have fridges and stuff like that. They have a home ec class like that. I've
Oh,
seen
really?
their home ec classroom. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
I think Crowder, we have life skills. It's
Life
not
skills.
Yeah.
home ec.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that. too.
Life skills. Yeah, grandma's still sewing today. So
Yeah.
if you ever have a hole in your jeans, call Granny.
I got a few pairs of jeans with some holes in them.
She'll patch them right up,
Yeah, I
man.
can
Leave
patch
them
'em.
on the pickup when we leave and
Yeah.
throw them on. Grandma, we'll send the invoice later.
I'm the patcher of the whole family.
Yeah,
Yes,
she is the
everybody
patcher.
brings me their ripped clothes.
And she can put a mean and she's really good at matching. They're not look like hobo-ish, whole patches. You do a good job of matching the color. I don't know where you get your material from, but you do a good job.
What did you participate in as FFA member?
Oh, I did showing, mainly showed pigs. My cousins all showed cattle, and then a few friends who showed sheep. We didn't have, goats didn't start getting popular until I was about junior year. And then I was trying to think what else. Oh, so I really didn't actually. I don't know if this would count as a speech, but I really got into ag sales. Me and a couple of my buddies, and we're all pretty just good BSers. None of us studied for the test, and none of us studied our product, and we still placed third in state. So, and our ag teacher was like, if you boys would just do a little bit of homework, y'all would win. And we're like, no, but we will. But we did like the fact that we could go in blind and sell something. I think we sold hog clippers as one of our products, and we got third in state. And I just remember thinking that was really fun. And then I wanted it because Connor, he would do show choir stuff, and my senior year he tried to get me to do the choir stuff with FFA. But then I was like, I want to run around state convention my senior year. I don't want to be stuck behind stage the whole time. So most of my involvement was in the livestock showing. I really just enjoyed it. I loved grooming pigs, growing them, taking them, taking something small. It's very similar to growing up, like raising cattle, but having this little baby from the start, and then because we also, my dad, his friends we had show pig business where we sell show pigs. So I would be there literally when they were having our babies, and I'd pick a pig out that I wanted to show, and I'd literally watch it from the time it hit the crate to the time we took it to the trailer at OYE. So to me that was really fun. I enjoyed that, and that does take up a lot of your personal time taking care of animals. So that was my thing I was most active in within the in the organization. But yeah, grandma's like, I can't answer any of these questions because
We've got more later.
they wouldn't let me in.
We just wanted an FFA
okay.
part, but
Yeah.
we got a lot more.
Yeah, I feel like I was taking over all. I was like, hey, I'm sorry,
That's
Grandma.
fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't need to speak.
Doing something like the pigs, it helps with a lot of things in life. Has you seen anything come from as a kid growing them pigs to what you are today? Like,
Oh, 100%. Being a father is a great way. I learned responsibility all hours of the time, whether in the seasons like winter. You got to go out there in the cold, no matter what happens. You have to go take care of your animals, make sure they got water. Like if the water would freeze, I remember going out there early before we'd have to leave for school, 6 a.m. Oh, the water's, we got to break the ice. They're not getting any water today. Oh, the heat lamps, like it isn't warm enough in the barn for them. Let's make sure we got enough wood chips, things like that. And then as you become older, becoming a dad has been the cool part for me, is because it's like it takes you back. You don't realize, but the discipline of getting up in the middle of the night and like, I got to feed this baby, or I got to change this diaper. It kind of you mentally go back to a state of mind of when you were doing this stuff as a kid, right? So I enjoy that stuff. To me, you get to pull from, and you learn as a young age, but you don't realize like, what am I learning this for? Like, what's the purpose of this? But it does pay off later on in life, and that's probably one of the coolest things about anything you do within FFA. Mm-hmm. There is something you're getting out of it. It just may not show in that moment, but later on, it really comes back.
I try to tell him that every day.
See, I'm just. He actually paid me to say that,
Which I learned from experience too. So
yeah, exactly. So you've done it, and it's. I mean, it's all part of life. There's a lot of life skills, life lessons in this. I know there's another class that took that name, but you can learn a lot of life in this.
So, what did you learn in FFA that has helped you with your career?
I think what the coolest part about FFA, so the sense of community. This is what I think is the biggest thing. I know people, the joke is, we put the cult and coal agriculture, all that. That's a joke, but it's really the sense of community, a sense of family, a sense of working together with people. You learn that through your organization, but that's how like farming, ranching, all agriculture's always worked. It's like it's not just a one man team makes the thing work. Like it takes a village. Yeah. So I think, to me, that was the one thing I really, really took away out of all of it. And I think I still see now further on when you come and meet you guys. This is an awesome community here, down here in Crowder. And the experience of your guys' community, your culture down here, it's way different than it is in Western Oklahoma, but it's still very much the same. Yeah. So I think that's probably the ultimate key of what makes FFA so special, is that true sense of community, family. It's a family-oriented type environment, and that's what agriculture is at its core. Yeah.
We've talked a lot the last 5 podcasts about a family culture and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It just keeps coming up, and it's pretty cool to see that's what we strive for here, so it's pretty fun, especially when everyone keeps just talking over and over about it.
Yeah. Oh, we feel it today, didn't you? Mm-hmm. This feels like a family, right? We came down, we were hanging out with the Crowder family, and it's fun, and you guys have been very welcoming. We broke some bread, we made some beads, we lost in Jeopardy. My goodness, Grandma. They studied. They didn't give us the study guide before.
Emma was studying before.
Yeah. You're known for your hilarious and relatable takes in your farm life. What sparked you the idea to start your content?
Oh, the biggest spark of content is just like I've always wanted to storytell my whole life. I went out to try to pursue that professionally, acting wise. And then people were like, hey, you should just put your stuff on social media since you know how to do it. So my biggest spark was like, I just wanted to start doing it. But then I really realized like, what stories am I wanting to tell? And what I kept coming back to was, at the time when I started doing the social media stuff, is like Yellowstone had just came out. And I remember when I first saw it, I'm like, God, this show is tapping into something that we've missed for a long time in entertainment. And like, you're seeing all these people from like not this way of life wanting to be a part of it, learn from it, but they're missing a little bit on the true authenticity of it, because they're trying to, it's a soap opera on a ranch type of thing. Yeah. And it's like, ranching isn't really like that, and farming people aren't really like that. Actually, farming people have a great sense of humor. Like that's where I come, like how like some of the funniest guys are farmers and ranchers I meet. I mean, they tell some dirty old jokes sometimes, but it's like they're funny people. And I think that wasn't getting represented, like the true essence of where we're from. So I was always inspired by it, still am inspired by that. And a huge part of what we want to do in the future is like, we want to tell the story better about where we're from. So that was probably ultimately the spark for me. It was like seeing what was out there given to people, what our way of life was like, And then the other part of this, like we were mentioning family, is like they really didn't capture, there's not people capturing like the dynamic between a grandma and a grandson very well on the internet. And that's how this kind of came to be was, you know, Granny was sitting there. It's like, Grandma, and as y'all learned today, this is how we are in real life to each other, and a lot of bickering and a lot of bossing, and you going, nope.
Nope.
What made you think to add Granny in your videos?
Do you remember?
Well, yes, I kind of remember because you would come in with that camera, and no matter what I was doing, one time I was on the floor shelling pecans, and he was filming me, and then he put that out. And then another time he came in and he said, come out here, I need you to help me. And I don't remember what we did, but from then on it was already, just come out here and help me. You got to help me.
Well,
that's how we got into it.
The first time I did that, I just was like, we were starting to make fun. Like we were talking about trends a while ago. This is back when TikTok was like all about dance and all that stuff, and we were not dancing at that point to make fun of it. We were just like, you could stitch videos, so we like I stitched, and this is how the whole hussy thing came to be as a joke. There was like provocative girls dancing, and I'd go like react, and then like or Gate Bar would be with me going, and then Granny would like catch us and like we didn't mean to, it just showed up on our For You page. But so that one, like she had caught me, I'm like showing her the video, and she goes, morals over hussies, Daryl. I was like, or like we just said something about hussy, like that's a hussy, leave them alone. I'm like, okay. And that was like the first time we really put her in, and people I noticed from that were like, who's this lady? We should show more of her. And then like we just kind of slowly kept having some more Granny get in, and then it just turned into the beast that it is Granny Bibbins today.
Seems like Granny's taking over a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. She's the rock star, and if there's anybody who could do it, I am more than happy to have handed that over to her because it takes a lot off my plate. I don't gotta wear it. She's the face of the operation now.
No, I just come in. They just tell me what to do, and I try to do it. Sometimes it don't work, but that's my role. I don't do anything else. On it, though. I don't do anything else.
You'll put your own spin on things. We're like, all right, that's Granny's.
Oh yeah,
that's Granny's real version. But you do tell us no.
Yeah, I do.
She's a no. She's like, nope.
Nope,
I'm not doing that.
Do you have an example of like something recent that she said, no, I'm not doing that?
Oh gosh. Man, most recent.
I can remember something I said. Just you was wanting me to say something, and I cannot remember what it was, and I said no. I can't remember.
The one thing I will learn, like we've learned too with Grandma, it's about phonetics with her. You can't go like like with like it's like the funny farmer like farts around. You can't do that to Grandma because she's just like, what? Like the P's and T's, and
no,
you cannot have multiple words. So anytime we try to write things for her that we know she's going to say, we try to make sure it doesn't have that, because she's given us a hard rule on like, do not double up those letters on me when we have lines. So
I cannot say the T's and the S's and two S's together. No, don't come out.
So, did you expect to have success whenever you first started?
Oh man, I think this is what I was trying to hint at convention, and I honestly do not know if I conveyed this good enough or not, but what I was trying to say is to people is I had a belief in myself that I could do something, and then when I finally embraced a fearless mentality, it allowed the opportunity to know like when you're that, no matter what you do, success finds you because you're approaching something without any worry, because you're just fearless in your endeavor. And so when I finally was like, you know what, like I'm not booking any roles, I'm not doing this thing, and I'm going to tell my own stories and be my own boss at this and figure it out. I just somehow it felt innately like I knew that success would come with it. But like, you don't honestly, it's like, what is success? Who what quantifies that? If you would have told me what we're doing now, I would have been like, man, that's crazy, that's successful. But honestly, at the end of the day, it's like the coolest part of the success is like I'm back at the family operation. I'm back doing it with my family. And that's a success I didn't ever imagine within what the success of what people would claim this to be in this, whatever this profession is that we're in. That's the true success of all of it to me. So could I have imagined this? I thought 40, 50 years from now I'd come back and help out and whatever if the farm was still there. But now I'm getting to do it now. So to me, like that's the ultimate success I didn't foresee. But I did believe in the mission we were on, and then the mission led to the success of family working together and keeping it going for maybe another 120 years, right?
So, going with that, was there a moment when you realized, like, wow, I made it? Or was it just you knew you were getting bigger leading up to it?
Oh, what do you think? I'll let you answer that one. Have you ever felt an I made it moment in this?
No, I still don't have any moments like that. No.
Not the ones at the grocery store when you see people that know you? Or?
Oh, well, I don't have any. I just love to visit.
I know
with
you
them.
said that it like warms your
Yeah.
heart and makes
Oh,
you feel
yes,
good,
yeah.
right?
And I love when they approach me and recognize me. But
Tell them about Fort Worth. This is a story she told me yesterday.
Oh,
About.
well,
She was in
yeah.
Fort Worth this weekend.
yeah, and there were several people recognize me, and I'm going, how do they recognize me? There's a lot of white-haired ladies, old ladies.
And she like literally said to me, she's like, why? I just put videos on TikTok. Like, why do people recognize me? And so that's the funny part about her saying how she says it is truly feels like I don't feel any different in all this than I do from the day I started making like that's how I feel. Like I feel like we're still not doing the level I want to be at or still making things at the level. But the cool part is it is humbling because sometimes it's hard to quantify that number when you look at it, right? Like, what does that equate to? What is it? But then we come and get to hang out with you guys, or we go to the convention, and you're able to put faces to the number, like, oh, there is an impact being made here. But we still just do our thing out in rural Western Oklahoma. And so sometimes for us, we're still so far from everybody. Like we go to the city, it's like, oh, you get recognized. But like in our hometown, people are like, oh, there's those TikTokers again doing their thing. So it's like for us, I guess I don't know.
Yeah,
There's not like a true moment, I think. And have been out in Hollywood and talked to people. They say it's the same thing, even in their industry. It's like you don't think you ever make it. Even though some people act like they do, you don't think you ever make it. And maybe that's a way in all businesses too. I don't know.
I like what you're talking about the success finds you because you're just working at it. I mean, when they came up to me right before your Q&A and said, should we ask him to be on our podcast? I was like, yeah, go ahead. He ain't going to say yes. But like just the confidence to say, hey, I should stand up, get out of my comfort zone and ask a question that will get rejected most likely. But it always works out when you actually step up and do something. So it's pretty cool.
You never know, right? And that's what I maybe I mentioned that in that Q&A was like, but just always don't be afraid to shoot like your shot at whatever you're doing. Just be fearless in it. And hey, look, we're hanging down here in Crowder, Oklahoma today, making podcasts, getting in fights with Connor in the shop room, you know?
So before we saw you at your booth, you know, Abby looked at me and she was just like, I feel like I want to ask him to be on the podcast. And I was like, do it. And she was like, oh, I'm too nervous. I'll probably ask him later if we see him in his booth.
Which is funny. What's your catchphrase?
The spilling. Oh, if you're spilling the tea, you're spilling the feed.
No, the just do it.
Oh, YOLO.
YOLO, that's right. Yeah, you only live once, right, Grandma?
Yeah.
So you tell me every day, just do it. Just get out there and do it.
So you just got up the nerve to ask him?
Yeah, we
okay.
all basically like
They
called
hype
her
me
to do
up.
it. Yeah.
To do it.
Which is part of a family. That's what we
Yeah.
do.
Right,
We hype
We lift each
up.
other up. That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do. It's and weirdly sometimes people don't do that, but when people do. Look at the difference you can make, and look what the changes you can make, and the impact you can make, or the things you can achieve when you didn't know if you could do it. When people are willing to lift you up too, so that's special. That's pretty cool, and I'm glad you have a great family here that did that because we're having fun. Again, we've never been down to Crowder before. We've never been down barely. Grandma has family in McAllister, so we've been close, but we have never been here. So who knows, I may have never made it down here if you guys didn't. Abby didn't say, you know what, YOLO.
I was so scared at the Q&A to ask. I was like, maybe I'll ask at the booth. And then I just said it.
Oh.
So I was like, the worst case is say no or just don't answer. I don't
Which
know.
I like to brag on this because this podcast is pretty awesome that we get to do. Abby is the last person I ever thought would want to take it over. She was the shyest kid in my freshman class. And I'm like really excited. And it's like pretty awesome that she's the one that's hosting it. She's the one that's going out and getting these cool guests
Yes.
like Titus last week and stuff like that.
Oh, you
So-
had Titus last week?
Yeah.
Oh, I know old
Yes.
Titus. How's he doing? Is he doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's
It was awesome.
Post officer
we had
life
to do
good?
2 parts because we were
Yeah.
talking a lot. We
Yeah.
were talking for like 2 hours, so
Oh my
that was gonna be
goodness.
exciting.
He's post state officer now, so Retired life's treating him good too. Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe have him do some beads. Let's see if he can do it. Hey, by the way, that's awesome, and I'm happy for you, and congratulations,
Thank you.
and good luck on all this too, because I know you'll just keep taking that approach every day.
I've never really been too shy though. Like you can ask me each of them. The first day of school, I was a little nervous because it's a new school, new state. But that second day of school, I just started talking and talking.
Hasn't stopped since.
It hasn't.
And that's why you're the
That's good.
Sentinel.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's good. Yes.
What were some of your biggest challenges when starting your YouTube channel, and how did you overcome them?
Oh man, the hardest part was getting people to watch your stuff. As you guys have probably experienced when you do stuff, it's like, how do we even get people in our hometown to just want to watch it and support it? And I'm honestly still answering that question today about how do we get local support? But at the end of the day, it's like you show up every day, you be consistent, and you'll be crazy at what can happen if you just keep. There's an old adage of just chop wood, carry water. You know, that's like an old, they call it an old fable. But if you just show up every day and just approach everything with a fearless mentality, like I was talking about, but you're just stubborn. You know how us Okies can be? People are like, you Okies, I don't know if you've ever heard this, but if you go outside, you probably don't know this.
My wife.
You're like, we have a chip on our shoulder, and honestly, I can't tell you where it comes from. It's probably a lot of history in there too. People, look at us. We're kind of the last option on lots of stuff. And if you just approach every day with a mentality like that, like, hey, no matter what, I may be overlooked. We may not be getting the views we want or getting the things that we want. But if I show up every day, no matter what, and I put the work in, I will see a return on this investment. And that is true in life and anything. I've noticed as I'm still pretty young. I mean, I'm probably the oldest one in the room besides Granny. And yeah, we're probably about the same age, huh? Miss Parker, yeah. But honestly, that's one thing I'd say I've learned. But you, within that adage of me saying like showing up every day, do you feel the same way about that, or how do you feel about that? About what, like how we found our success through social media?
Well, yeah, and you just keep trying, and you never know what's going to work and what isn't. So you just keep trying. Some things don't work, but
some things do.
Yeah.
Some things work well.
Yeah.
You didn't even imagine, like price tag in a tractor video. Who would ever thought? It's all about the money. Remember that one?
Yeah.
90 million views later.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
That was probably one of my favorites. It was funny.
But you never know. Like we
Yeah.
were just on a whim sitting in we were all sitting together. We're like, should we make this one? Like, we don't really do that stuff anymore. It's like, but it looks like fun. Granny, you think you could do this? And she's like, yeah, we practice a little bit. And then it, like, you never know. It pays off. So like sometimes those days they add up, and they come to you in tenfold. You know, it may not pay off every day, but all of a sudden you just get flooded with success or, a win, and it's just a big, big win.
Pretty easy to keep the sales going on that kind of thing, right? I mean, all that hard work going for something, and then when something big happens, then you can kind of take it and be like, man, I can go off and do a little bit bigger and better.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, because once you strike it, it's like you struck it. Now it's like, how do we keep it rolling? And what's the systems, infrastructure, all that stuff. It's like striking like oil. They do the well, but they eventually take it down, but it still keeps making, right? And then you got your tanks and you got your compressors and all the other stuff, but it's still producing, right? So it's there's so many
That's
analogies.
such an Okie phrase, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we have a lot of that around
That's
us
all we
too.
know.
So.
Yeah.
Oil and cattle, that's about it.
So, starting all your channels, what did you want people to learn from what you're producing and stuff like that?
Initially, I wanted people. I was always told I think this other chip on my shoulder being an Okie. All my acting coaches were like, "You're really good at drama, but you're horrible at comedy." And I was like, "Okay." So I think a part of me was like, "Well, let's show them I'm good at comedy." And I always loved comedies growing up. Like that's what my dad raised me on: SNL, Hee Haw, Blazing Saddles, all the way to we would watch. Tropic Thunder, everything. Like Step Brothers, all that stuff. Literally, Step Brothers inspired our first viral video with Jarrett, and it's like comedy has always been like the key to getting into places too, no matter what you're doing, because comedy is a society holding a mirror to itself and looking at itself, but with a sense of humor. So to me, the comedy aspect of it all is just like that's what I love, and I think that's what was ultimately my driving force of showcasing like what content we want to make. Is that it's fun to make comedy stuff. We can make serious stuff too, but no one's getting on their phone to like cry. Yeah. Well, you can cry enough when you look at your bill for the month or like your mortgage or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff to be sad about, or commodity price. There's 1,000 things we'd be sad about. Like, let's get on our phone and be entertained. And if you're gonna be entertained, like, go to laugh, and let's show people how we can do that from agriculture. And that's where Farm Stuff with Daryl, all that came to be. Granny, Hot Shot, and all that stuff. There's so much funny within our world that no one captures too often. Letterkenny tries, but it's a Canadian version. Like, they're missing on the Americanized version of things. We're not big on hockey is big down here, right? So we just try to bring all that to social media, and it's working or worked or whatever, but it's been fun.
Yeah,
Working,
it's been fun.
right?
Working, yeah, exactly.
We're on that scale. We're working.
Yeah, we're always working. Whether it's the right work or the wrong work, we're working.
How can FFA members use their creativity or other types of skills to tell their own stories?
You can start that one. How do you want them to be creative, FFA members?
You
Me?
go.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. I just think right now more than ever, too, I'm very excited for your generation. I think, again, this generation is the most important generation in the history of the world, but in agriculture especially. I think if y'all embrace the tools that come with the technological advances we have, mixed with understanding the traditions and why we do it, and morphing them and making a beautiful new thing that also just is still true to what we are all about, I think that is what can inspire the best of the best in this world, whether it's comedy, communications, doing stuff in the shop. You guys do so many things here, right? Take that understanding and all of it. Like right now, you guys, these things right here are so powerful. They're a tool. And if you use it as a tool, just like we use social media as a tool to promote our way of life, promote where we came from, and look at things that way, you guys can change this thing for the better. Because like it's been agriculture and everything has been taking a hit really hard for the last 50 years, even longer if you really want to understand the history. How can we turn it around, and how can we bring it back to that sense of community, smaller towns, bring it back to independent production? And it all starts with understanding the tools you have at hand, and then willing to embrace them, and then also apply them to what made everything so special in the first place. So that's long-winded answer to that. How to be creative too is the same way. Like, utilize the tools you have to really hone in on what you're trying to do.
Do you think it's this generation's duties to inspire the next generation to get them more involved in stuff to change FFA for the better?
I mean, 100%. I think should be every generation. The next generation should inspire them to do better than we are. Like if you're a parent, you want your child to have a better life than you had, right? And I'm sure you want that, right? You want me to have a better life than what you had, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Sure. Oh man.
Sure.
Just not too much better.
Just not too much better, right?
No, but it started with your dad
And passing it
your
down,
uncle.
and then passing it down to us.
I wanted them to have a better life, and so
And then they gave us a better life than they had, and we are trying to do. So it's the same thing
Right.
in all this.
Right.
But right now too,
Just-
especially, I think at a pivotal point too. It's like if this generation, if not inspired to be involved in this industry, then this industry is gone. At least from the human aspect of it, you know. And once you lose that, you're going to lose the true essence of what all this really is. And I don't know if y'all have ever tried anything synthetic from the production side of stuff, but it ain't very good. Doesn't taste very good, and it ain't good for your heart. Ain't good for any. It really just isn't good in general for anything. So I think to answer your question, yes, you guys are to inspire even the next generation, which I don't even know what generation that would be right now. I'm getting so old.
Are we on beta yet?
I don't know. Are you guys alpha, beta, omega? What are we at now? I have no clue. But yeah, I think it's every generation's obligation to inspire and want better for the next generation.
How do you think we should go about doing that, inspiring them?
I think kind of hit what I hit at a while ago. Understanding your tools, understanding what is the field you have to play with. Like what is it's like looking at if you play sports. It's or like you're going fishing or anything. What is my terrain I have to work with? What is the game? Okay, what are the rules of the game? Or then what are the tools I have to play the game that give me an advantage or can help us have an advantage over what are the tasks or what are the things that come up, the obstacles that are in your way. And I think really honing in, understanding technology better and not lean. Like the problem is we lean so heavy on it too, but we've almost become technologically dependent on all of it too. If we can at least embrace it and utilize it as a tool, but know that that's not the thing that drives all this, I think genuinely, I believe that is where the true common core is. Because unfortunately, y'all know AI and all that other stuff's coming up, and all this other stuff. We got to have, I think, y'all's generation understanding that too, the importance of, hey, if we don't let this thing absorb who we are and control even our industry, then we can really say this is the moment to take things to the next level.
We talked about that a little bit earlier when you guys first got here. Was we don't need to learn anything anymore because we can just look it up really quick, and that's kind of dangerous.
Very dangerous.
If this generation doesn't understand, hey, I need to learn something, I need to keep it up in my head so that way I know it for later, then nothing's going to get done, and it's going to be a big consequence to us. So that's something that they have to fight hard.
She was just telling us that the other day about stuff with the grandkids and all that. Like, you're like, they don't have to do these things we had to do. Like, you had to do, right? Like the things that you had to struggle with, or you didn't have as much entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have to go through that. And I think sometimes you do need to go through those things, or do understand that, and like learning things is good. And I think, but you mentioned it too. And this is what I believe you guys, all y'all, there's a yearning for better, and yearning for learning, and yearning for to not like skip the step, right? And just because you don't want to skip it doesn't mean you don't want to be better. It's just like, we don't want to get past like where like the foundations and the fundamentals of it, because you got to have that. So I think that's what really at the core essence of all this is, like, this generation too. I think you guys have the best filters in the world. You're so much smarter than people give y'all credit for, because you guys get thrown at so much every day. And so like my generation didn't have this to start, like social media and phones. Our parents, you didn't have it at all. So sometimes our filters don't work as good because we don't know what's the BS from the reality. You guys have seen so much. You're not numb to it. You just like, it ain't worth my time. So I think that's what's really strong about y'all, is that y'all are so in tune with reality, a little bit more than people give y'all respect for. And I think that's a really a tool for y'all to use going in the future. And honestly, playing into the fact that people don't appreciate that tool y'all have.
Your family ranch has been around since 1902. What does that legacy mean to you?
Oof.
I didn't hear the question.
She said the ranch has been around since 1902. What does the legacy mean to you?
Oh,
What does it mean to you?
well, it means a lot. I've already said it can never be sold, for sure. I mean, it's got to stay in the Didier family. And I've got 5 great-grandsons, so I think it's going to stay there for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, piggybacking off what she said is, to me, I don't know why when you're in it, it's like probably any family business, but you do feel like a part of it. Like there's this, like it's your responsibility to figure out this somehow, whether you wanted it or not. As a kid, I was like, I'm going to go off and do my own thing, and like coming back and then learning that appreciation for it, and learning that without this, I wouldn't be where I am today. My family wouldn't be like, so you appreciate that, and you're like, okay, how can we continue doing it? And then my role, like we were just talking about a while ago, is like, how can we do it better? And how can we inspire other people to want to be better at this? Because like where it's at right now, it's not a feasible business for most people. You can't hardly start ranching anymore. It's impossible almost from a financial standpoint. How can we inspire it and help the market change where it's shifted at least more in favor or a little bit better for the rancher, for the producer? And that's the way across from commodity farming. All friends who are in Nebraska, all of them, they all go through the same struggles we do go through from just a cow-calf operation. Is how can we make this better? How can we make it more of a true profitable business? But at the essence of it all is like we just gave up so much long ago. And now we're realizing, I kind of that's why our whole rebel thing and all that started, was like we're rebelling against like these things that are considered norms. And that's one thing we want with the rebel ranching is not about like being these like bad, these guys wearing mohawks out there and trying to, we're not tattooing our cattle and all that. But we really want to inspire people to, hey, they always said take your cattle to the market. Well, we're not taking the market. We're bringing it directly to the consumer. And there's actually a business in here. And if we can really dial this in and get efficient with this process and help other people, like, hey, this is our step-by-step process. You guys can do it too. And if we all come together and like make communities about it and then make people buy local and all, like, you're going to get a warehouse, just like we were talking about. It's like you have a way better tasting beef, a way higher quality product, and everyone wins in the end at that day. The only people who get hurt are the big guys who've made all the billions of dollars. So, and I know those are some of the biggest sponsors in the world when it comes to ag stuff, since they kind of like don't like us for that reason. It's like, 'cause we're not anti them. I believe in capitalism, so I'm like, good for you guys, but how can we flip this back in favor of us? So that's kind of my biggest thing for this ranch is like, how can we be that inspiration for all these other ranchers?
We have all of our officer team for next year here, and I'm hoping that they take everything you just said and kind of apply that to our chapter. Like Crowder FFA is our ranch in that kind of asset, and just taking our legacy of being really good at livestock showing or getting out of our comfort zones and doing things that we never thought we would have. That's kind of our hopes here, is that's the legacy that each officer team every single year kind of brings to it. So that was pretty cool to hear.
Well, this podcast right here, there's not many chapters doing this, and things like that. Like, I think that's inspired by, a rebellious spirit, but also just a spirit of hope and courage and wanting to inspire people to do better. And at the end of the day, it's all we want.
Right. I think I hear it all the time when people are like, well, if you want to start a YouTube channel or you want to start a podcast, just do it. It's like, I started this because no one else was doing it, which is kind of your guys' story, right? No one was talking about ranching.
Yeah.
No one was talking about the life of a small town in Oklahoma. So that's kind of what we're doing here too. Let's make a podcast. And we don't just talk about our chapter, right? We've had almost every chapter in our local area. We would love to get them all on.
Yeah.
So we're not just bragging about us. We're bringing everyone into it. So,
well, it's the cool part. You get to highlight so many different things, and there's so many, and you guys can just be the thing that starts it all.
yeah, that catalyst that makes it move forward.
Exactly.
Right?
So, what is the secret to y'all's family's farm success? That was a hard thing to say right there.
Family's farm success. Grandma would have a hard one with that. Family's farm success. Can you say that?
Family's farm
It's a rule.
success.
It's in your rule, right? No family farm.
Right.
What would you say is the key to the success we've had, or why we're still here for 120 years?
Well, to me, it's just hard work, and it's still hard work, even though the equipment has gotten better and everything. Because sometimes I'll hear the feed truck run up down the road at 9 o'clock at night. I mean, so it's not just a 9-to-5 job. It's constant. You have to feed those cows every day.
24/7.
Yeah, twice a day. So it's just hard work, but that's what it takes. You have to be a hard worker to do it.
Hard work, determination, and in our family's history, it's a history of I almost call it stubborn guys. If you look at even like our land, what's that called? The big packet thing I got from you to like learn the history of the land.
The abstract.
The abstract. I got that, and that's a really cool like teller of history of like who's owned it and whatever. And since 1902, it's been Pierre all the way down to then it was his 5 kids, and then one of them wanted to sell, so went to auction, and then my grandpa's dad, August, bought it, and then 3 months later he dies in a car wreck, and my grandpa.
You talked about that in a YouTube video.
Yes, yeah,
recently,
we had another speech, yeah, and so like you like learn this, and you're like, well, that guy was stubborn because all his siblings wanted to sell, and then my grandpa was 14, and he was stubborn to keep it going for the next 60 years, and then my dad and uncle are stubborn to keep it going, and I'm stubborn because now I'm like, so you see a lot of, but it's determination at the end of the day, and pride and pride of like who you are, where you're from, your heritage, your legacy. And I think the secret key to it all, I think we found the common theme through everything, is it's been family through it all, and no matter what's happened, it's stayed family. And that's what people always tell you: don't go into business with your family or your friends or whatever. Connor's one of my best friends in the world. Brought him into my thing. We've done nothing but better. Ever since I worked with my grandma, brought in, and working with my dad, my uncle, like everything's better. But it's about the people involved in it, and I think that's what's kept it thing. Is like everyone's had a heart that wanted to keep it going, and it's been with family or friends at the end of it. And people tell you not to do it, and there's probably some truth to that. But at the end of the day, it's really, I think that's the true secret sauce: determined determined, stubborn old ranchers who are all in the same family.
You want to see stubborn, you should meet my uncle. He's,
Is that where you get a little bit of it from, huh?
a little bit,
Yeah.
but he is really stubborn. But he's a hard worker, too.
Yeah.
See, that's what it takes.
I think he's in his 70s, and he's been working since he was like 10, maybe younger. But he has put blood, sweat, and tears into his little ranch, and
Yeah.
it's grown a little bit. Not the biggest, but he grows cattle and all that stuff. And
Well, you just said, I think there's other part, I don't want to run along with that, but grandma, this is one of the stubborn old ladies you'll ever meet. I'll tell her, like, hey, like, it's hot, it's 90-some degrees out. And she's like, well, I got limbs to pick up, and I got all this to do. And she's out there pouring sweat. And I'm like, Grandma, just sit inside for a little bit. And she just won't listen to you. She's like, I'm on my own, and I think there's something to that. I mean, you're almost 84, and look at her, like, great shape. I hope I'm in this good a shape at 84. But it's like, I think stubbornness and hard work and not willing, and then kind of, I think that is a huge part of longevity too, right? Not always listening to people and kind of just doing your own thing, being stubborn.
so,
Right.
word for word, what you just said about your grandma, basically the same as my grandma. Like, the exact same. She is out from morning, like dusk till dawn, working.
Yeah.
She has a whole bunch of different types of animals.
Oh
Like,
my
she has
gosh.
help from my other uncle, but
Yeah.
she does a lot.
Oh
And
my
she
goodness.
never quits either.
That's good.
There's something to it, huh?
Yeah,
Is that
for
the
sure.
sauce? Is that the secret to everybody? Just keep working.
Yeah, well, for sure. If you just sit down.
You'll die.
Yeah. I did say that.
Don't sit down. You'll die.
When the cameras are off, what's the typical day in the life on the ranch?
Oh, Grandma, do you want to give them your, like, non-film day?
Well, I have to mow my own yard. I don't have a housekeeper, and I'm just busy all the time.
Is that because you don't want those things, or no one's paying attention to you?
Well, I'm too cheap to do
Again, stubborn.
stubborn. No, I might one of these days have to turn it over to somebody, but as long as I can do it, I'm going to do it.
She's still out there in her
I
lawn,
stay.
John Deere just mowing. We're
Yeah.
like, gosh, what's she doing? She
I
won't let
s-
anybody else do it for her.
No.
And then, like, for us, so like the day-to-day it's evolved over the years for us with what we do with all this now, because this is a full-time thing, managing this, operating meat, direct-to-consumer, apparel, all this stuff. Like when I first got here, I could help out and help the day-to-day operations from feed and whatever we got to do to, like, I'm barely involved in the day-to-day operations right now, unless like this weekend I got to go out and feed with my dad and do a little bit of check-in, and because basically somebody had to choose, like, all right, I will be the marketing, sales, and the guy who runs the entire DTC model of this, and it requires a lot of meetings, requires going to the processor 4 or 5 times a week, making sure everything is on, and then going to our fulfillment centers, and you're on the phone a lot, you're managing content, you're doing a lot of stuff that it's like, wow, sometimes ranching feels like it's the like
Easy job.
That's, well, not easy, but like that's where I go and get my like fun out of. But so for me, that's us. And then like my dad and my uncle run the day-to-day operations of the Didier Ranch aspect. Fortunately, it's not massive where we need to have a bunch of hired hands. We have one of my cousins is on full-time now as the day-to-day operations. And then our other cousin, he's a vet. So he's our in-house vet that we have. And then even from our side, I even had to bring my sister involved. She's a doctor in Wisconsin, but in her free time, she does our customer service stuff all online, answering the emails and all that. Because like I don't even have time to get to emails. Like we get so busy with all this stuff. Or Connor doesn't have time. He's working on videos or doing back end stuff on the computer. So it's truly a family, full way through family ran thing, and that's the cool part. But it's just everybody has a role now, and that's the part when you go expand an operation. It's like, yeah, we can't just all be on horseback, herding cattle and all this stuff, because who's going to sell the meat? Who's going to make the videos to market this stuff? And so you learn your role. Everyone does their role, and we can all achieve great success if everyone takes care of their business. And though everybody respects everybody's role too. And like, I know at the end of the day, without the cattle, we can't do this stuff. I know at the end of the day, like without Granny, there are no videos, so you just learn like, and at the end of the day, if Connor ain't there to hit record, I don't want to edit anymore. And so I probably forgot how to do it at this point. It's been so long since I've had to do one.
It's not like riding a bike.
No, it's not like it's like, oh man, did I ever know how to edit? So it's just like you just respect everybody's roles and you appreciate what everyone can do, and then really focus on everybody's A tool too, and let them take care of business.
Bring that into the officer team again. Everyone's got a role. Everyone's been picked for that role specifically. Like, we ask them a bunch of interview questions to kind of find out who's going to be the best treasurer, who's going to be the best reporter. So it's pretty cool to hear all these kind of things from the agriculture side, the ranching side, and then applying it to us here at a tiny little school. And
it's all super cohesive, right? Like, it's all the same. I think that's the beautiful part about FFA. It's like, again, going back earlier, it's like so many skills learned go through life, and not one role is more important than the other. Like, that's the other cool part about it. It's like, yeah, some people may say the president's most important. It's like, well, it's like that's one role really in the whole scheme of it all. But without one, what they like the old famous John Wooden quote, you're only as strong as your weakest link, or Vince Lombardi, only as strong as your weakest link. Well, on this team, if there's one weak link, it's a weak team. It breaks.
So what is the biggest life lesson that you've learned from ranching that you think the younger generation should learn?
I'll let you take that one first.
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
Of what?
What the next generation could take from ranching?
No.
No? Well, I think what she said earlier, I think at the end of the day, it's like the one thing we are missing. And it's not that you guys don't know how to work hard. I don't think that's the problem. It's just like understanding what hard work is.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and then like, what am I good at and willing to work hard at? And that's all it is. Mm-hmm. It's just hard work. And ranching taught me that growing up. I'm like, I'm with this lady and my family, my grandpa. I watched my grandpa with cancer, like, come right out of chemo, carrying 50 pound, 5-gallon buckets of feed. And I just remember, like, there ain't nothing, that guy ain't complaining, he ain't huffing, he ain't puffing, he's going out and feeding right after chemo. I'm like, so when I think like I have stuff tough or whatever, like, that's hard. Mm-hmm. My life ain't hard, and I have those moments. I'm like, that's hard. And that guy wasn't complaining, because at the end of the day, that's what ranching really is. It's grit, determination, and hard work. And
you have to really, really like it and love it to do it.
Yep.
You have to love it.
Nice add-on. I liked it.
What's one thing people misunderstand about ranchers and farm life that you wish they could understand and clear up?
I mean, honestly, it's we were talking about this earlier. It's like we're all on the same team in agriculture. So, but different types of ranching or whatever, people will just start attacking each other like that's wrong or this is not the right way to do it. It's like, no, we're all on the same team and everyone has different ways they do it. And you should, anytime there's a win for beef production or a win for the independent guy, like, we should be about that. And so I think the biggest misnomer about even like people within our industry is like, hey, it's all like we're all on the same team. So just take care of what you can do, and don't worry about other people's business. Just do what you like to do. If you guys like to grain finish out your cattle, grain finish them out. It's going to taste really good. If you like grass fed, you're going to have a really lean beef, and it's going to be pretty lean and all that, but may not taste as good. But that's okay. Maybe you have different taste profile than me. Maybe you like gamier, grass. So it's like, at the end of the day, I think that's one thing we can do, and then educating people not from this way of life, like, hey, the reason we do this is why. And I think that's where you get a lot of pushback for what's going on with, they call it the MAHA movement, all that, like getting rid of pesticides, herbicides, all that stuff, like, or the red dye. Like, people just don't understand why it's getting used in the first place and how much is it really affecting the end product that's going into our systems. Just educating people from our way of life better. And that's what we've always tried to do from in the farm stuff with Daryl stuff. Like, we would tell, like, well, this is this, and be like, well, what is he talking about? But then we could educate them and then kind of make fun of people not knowing what that is. But I think there's so much interest in trying to understand better too. So I think more than ever we're people willing to listen. So let's be open and sharing it and not being afraid to tell them how we feel, huh, Grandma?
I guess.
She's just zoned out over here. You in your own world? What's going on?
You're
wearing it on your shirt. You're always talking about common sense and telling people to. She just tells it how it is. So that's why she also got so popular. Would you say that?
Yeah. Huh?
Just telling it how it is.
Yeah, really. I mean, I just say what I mean.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Don't get too deep with some of the questions. Grandma might get us canceled on this podcast.
So, what is one piece of advice that you have for the current FFA members?
You go. Take this one first. I'll let you do it.
Well, I just think FFA is such a good organization for all the young kids. I mean, I really like it. It teaches them speech, take care of animals, archery. I mean, there's just something for everybody, every kid in it. And it just is a very good organization. That's all I have.
I mean, yeah, find your lane and get in and have fun. Don't be afraid to experiment with other lanes and stuff, but allow yourself to grow as an individual, but really hone in on what you like. And like you were saying, find what you're passionate about and go hard at that too. And I think that's what I would tell this generation. And just know, like, if you find something you really love within it, go at it with all your might. That's all I would say. Go at it with all your might. And I wish I would have done that a little bit earlier. It's like, oh, I knew I loved doing that. Why was I afraid to do that? Once you're not afraid and just go, I love that, I'm going to go after that. Just like, arc welding.
We talk about getting out of your comfort zone a lot, but no one says it doesn't have to be in something you're interested in.
Yeah.
So that's like a really good thing. It's like, yeah, step out of your comfort zone, but you can do it with photography or livestock animals or even shooting sports. Like, there's a lane for you. Get in that lane and then go get out of your comfort zone in there.
Yeah,
So that's
exactly.
pretty cool.
Exactly.
I mean, what's really stopping you from doing that certain thing?
At the end of the podcast, you always get this like
I-
motivational like demeanor on her. I like
I
it.
like it. Yeah, I like this Abby a lot. Yeah,
I mean, you only live once, so
that's right. We only got one life here. Let's have fun with
just
it.
do it.
So
do it.
that means at the end of the podcast, live your life. Like,
Yeah.
speak up.
Get out of that zone. You gotta focus in. Just don't give up. That's all.
I hate it, but you got to end it now.
Oh no, we gotta go.
Unless you got any
They're
more
kicking us
questions
out,
for it.
I don't know.
You can ask 22 and then
Do you have any more feed to spill with our listeners?
Do you have any feed to spill? Anything else you want to spill with the listeners?
I better not. I'm in trouble with the way it is.
Ooh, what is on? I'm curious. I'm even curious now. What's on Granny's brain right now? No.
No.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
What's on your brain? Can you
yeah,
share?
YOLO.
What's on there right now?
No, I can't.
You can't what? You can't share it?
No.
Why not?
Gosh, you know why.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
What's on your brain? Grandma's got some feed to spill. What is it? Here, whisper it in my ear and see if we can. Yeah, they can. Why? I'm really intrigued. We can't end this like cliffhanger. We might have to do a part 2 episode.
Sounds
Yeah.
good to us.
Yeah, sounds
that.
good.
Will you spill the feed the next time you come back? What that is?
Yeah,
You will?
maybe. Maybe.
Maybe.
Teasing us, gosh, Granny. Now, I mean, if we had a cattle prod here, I maybe could get it out.
I'm not allowed to have one in class anymore.
Oh, there's a story there. You sure? Last chance. Okay, all right, we tried.
Now he just has throwable objects.
Chaos coordinator, right?
Yeah.
He does throw foam balls at us in class
Yeah.
all the time.
Emphasis on the foam balls.
Foam balls, though. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I
they
throw.
hurt because he does throw
My
them
ag
hard.
teacher threw expo markers at me, so
Yeah, well, we're a different generation now. We can't.
Well, thank you guys for coming on the podcast and sharing your experience with us today. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.
That was fun. Good job, guys.
that was awesome.
Now we got to take a picture.